This bucket is the revolutionary XMOR Mining Bucket by AMI Attachments. It looks different because it is different. The XMOR is made using Hardox 500 tough and Strengths performance steel. These specialty steels and unique design reduce the bucket's weight by about 30% without sacrificing strength or durability. A lighter bucket allows for the machine's suspended load to increase material volume by up to 20%. And 20% translates into huge savings. In fact, using just one XMOR bucket is saving a company over $1 million annually. Let's see how it works by creating a real-life scenario. Here we have an open pit mine. Working at the face is a typical 200-ton excavator with a typical 15.3 cubic yard bucket. Loading haul trucks non-stop, this excavator moves 7,000 tons of material each day. Let's give this mine a cost per ton of $2.78. That means, including the excavator, the haul trucks, and the labor to operate them, every ton of material moved is calculated to cost $2.78. Now, take the exact same scenario, using the exact same 200-ton excavator. But let's swap out the conventional 15.3 cubic yard bucket and replace it with an XMOR mining bucket. Capacity, 19 cubic yards. With your new high-capacity XMOR bucket attached, the 200-ton excavator is still cycling the exact same number of times per day and using the same amount of fuel. The difference, however, is now each bucket load moves an extra 3.7 cubic yards of material. What used to take 8 passes to fill a truck is now cut down to 6 passes. In this case, the excavator with the XMOR bucket is now moving an extra 1,240 tons of material per day. To calculate the savings by switching to an XMOR bucket is simple. We know the cost per ton is $2.78. We also know the extra 1,240 tons of material was moved using the same amount of resources as it took to move the original 7,000 tons. Essentially, the mine is saving the cost per ton on the extra material moved, which looks like this. $2.78 cost per ton times 1,240 tons equals savings of $3,447 per day. Let's say in a typical 2-week cycle, the mine operates 12 of those 14 days. 12 days times $3,447 per day equals $41,366 in savings per 2-week cycle. Multiply 2-week cycle times 26 cycles and your annual savings from simply switching to an XMOR bucket is over $1 million. That is pure profit added to your bottom line. There is literally no more efficient way to add bottom line profit than to switch to XMOR buckets by AMI Attachments. So if the math all adds up, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? Must be the cost of the bucket. Keep in mind, the XMOR bucket just produced an annual savings of $1 million that has never been realized by this mine before. It's new money. Sure, the upfront acquisition costs might be more than a conventional bucket. But compared to the substantial ROI it delivers, does it really matter? The XMOR bucket more than pays for itself. And then some. Okay, but what about longevity? As a mine, you might say, we build our buckets to last 24 months. This futuristic bucket will never last. Let's say you're right. However, according to the XMOR math with an ROI of $1 million in only 12 months, does it matter? Remember, return on investment is the most important factor for any mining operation. If the XMOR bucket is already paid off in 3.5 months, even if it only lasts 6 months, the return on investment says it's a good business decision. With that in mind, the XMOR bucket is designed with a service life similar to any standard OEM mining offering. So there you have it. an extra $1 million in your pocket by making an extremely minor adjustment to your operation. That's the power of XMOR Mining Buckets by AMI Attachments. Contact AMI Attachments and see how the math adds up for your mine.